Since its first release, Herd has been my go-to app on every new machine I have. It's perfect for getting, PHP, basically getting everything set up instantly through one little simple app. It's super nice, and like I said, I've been using it since its first release. I haven't looked back, haven't tried anything else. It just works, and it works so smoothly. Yesterday, Herd came up with their biggest update yet, version 1.4. And in this video, I want to go through all the new features that it has and show you the new Pro version and, show you how it works and see if it's worth $100 or, $99. So we'll answer that at the end, but let's jump in and let's just show you these new features. All right, so I have Herd open here. This is, again, version 1.40. And one of the new features is over in the General tab. You can now have an update channel, so you can either do stable or beta versions, depending on what your preferences are. Another option is IDE support, so you can pick which one you use for everything. And then over in the site section, this will now open directly in your IDE. So that's pretty cool. Next up is Node. It has multiple versions of Node, just like it installs multiple versions of PHP. Now you can manage multiple versions of Node through NVM, and you can actually isolate these per site. That's in the documentation. You can see here on my screen, I've got all the way back to Node version 8, probably for some old app I built years ago, all the way up to the latest 21. And it will default to the 21 on all new applications, of course. But like I said, you can isolate back down. So if you have some, legacy project using Node 8, you can isolate it and keep running Node 8. And that's kind of the brand new features in 1.4. I mean, they're pretty nice features. I mean, the app itself has been great, and it works perfectly for everything I do. But what's really new and really neat is the brand new Pro version. And that adds all kinds of new features. You can now debug email, look at your log files. It has instant xDebug setup, and you can actually dump right into a log viewer or a dump viewer. So let's jump in and take a look at those. So the first one, the mail. So if you start a brand new site over here and just hit new, pick your starter kit, add your name, your testing framework, all that, it will actually set up your project to send mails into Herd automatically. And this is a great way to, kind of go through and debug everything. So let me open up PHP Storm, and I have the project I just created called Herd Test. And so if we open up the end file and jump down to the mail section, you can see it already sets up the mail host, the port, and all the basic stuff that one might need. And now over here on the mail, we can click show mails, and you can see the mails come right in, and I can actually fire one off right there. Once that's sent, now you see I have 2 emails right here. You can see all the header information on the side. You can actually right click and view the HTML source, the raw content, all that. It's pretty powerful. It's really great for debugging mails, quickly right here, on the screen. As of right now, it's not a replacement for Beyond Code's other app called Hello, which goes into a little bit more depth with your mails. But this is perfect for quickly debugging all your emails. And of course, you can delete them and start over. And this, if you have an existing Laravel app, it shows you exactly what to put in, so your emails will go right into Herd. Next up, we have the brand new dumps ability. And what this does is it allows any sort of DD or dump function call within your code. It will spit directly into Herd. So right here we can say show dumps, and this little window that pops up, you can see it says Activate dump interception via the antenna icon at the top, and every new dump or DD call will appear here. And you can see the antenna right there. If we click it, it turns off, meaning nothing will get logged. And then if we turn it back on, you can see it pulsing, and that means something will get logged. So let's open up PHP Storm. I'll go to the web, the routes web, and all I'm going to do is just dump. This is a test, and then I'm going to DD I am here. So that'll give us both versions. And from here, if I open up the browser, hit refresh, we can see there is the DD call. But then if we go back over here to herd, you can see now I have the 2 logs. And you can actually pin this, delete the logs, anything you want there. It's pretty powerful, and it's pretty neat to have it, all built in right here. The real neat thing is, like, if you keep this on top, then you can sort of move it around. And so then if if you're in your browser and refresh again, it's just going to always be there. Now, let's take a look at the logs. You can see it shows you there's no log entries currently in the log file for this site. So if I switch back over to PHP Storm and let's just log something out. So let's do log error. This is an error. Save that, run it in the browser. And then right here, you can see we have the log right there. We can search the logs, we can, refresh, all that just right here in line. It's pretty neat, and just gives you kind of a quick overview of whatever might be in your log file and a way to, audit as you're developing. Next up is the debugger, and Herd comes with xDebug. So all you have to do is open your editor. In this case, I'm using PHP Storm. Go to settings and PHP and then debug, and I can do start listening. All right, from here, I'm going to put a breakpoint right here on line 17. Then I'm going to switch over to my browser and turn on debug. And let's refresh, hide that, and you can come over here, see we're already debugging. So we're going to resume, and you can see it fail right there, or not fail, stop right there. And then you can inspect all the things that are normal with xDebug. So that's pretty powerful, and it's a nice way to set up xDebug. It's pretty simple. You just need to consult the PHP Storm docs or whatever IDE you're using to get that set up and going. One of the big new features coming up with Herd is they are actually going to launch a Windows version in March. And I'm pretty excited about that. I'm not even a Windows user, but there's so many people that are on Windows. I think it's going to be great, for the community, for PHP as a whole, and for anybody that just wants an easy way to get started with PHP. I feel like Herd is the answer to that. And having it cross-platform should be really nice and should be pretty great. So now, I know you're thinking, what about Herd Pro? Is it worth $99? And so you see the pricing. We have Herd Basic, which is free. It includes PHP, Nginx, DNS, Node.js, all the base features, 100% free. And then they have the next upgrade, which is Herd Pro, which includes the dump, the mail, logs, the quick debugging, and all that is for 1 year. And that's for $99. And then, of course, they have a Herd Teams, which is the Herd Pro, but you get up to 10 Herd Pro licenses. So this is great. If you own a software development business, you can buy it for everybody on your team. And all that's for $299 at this point, and both of those last for a year. It's not a recurring subscription. You can buy it, use it for a year. You don't like it, you don't have to renew. As far as my point of view, I would pay $99 for Herd without the Pro version. That's how much I like the app and how much I use it. I do think you'll get a lot of benefit, especially if you're wanting to jump into the debugging, like with the xDebug, telling the log files, viewing the mails. All that, to me, feels worth the $99 a year. If you break that down, that's only $8 a month, and I feel like it's definitely worth $8 a month to get all those features and to have it integrated right onto your computer. So this is Herd 1.4. It's out now. You can go download it. You can give all this a try. And if you want to upgrade, that's completely available right there on the Herd website.